Hi, I'm Max Gordon. I live in Alexandria, Virginia and go to T.C. Williams High School. My project focuses on using AI and neural networks to automatically detect and deter telemarketers completely over the phone. The bulk of my time was spent designing and training a neural network to detect telemarketers. Essentially, I use a language classifier model. You give it text and it outputs a classification. But to train this, I had to find a dataset. Unfortunately, there was no dataset available that had exactly what I was looking for, so that meant I had to manually classify 2,000 sentences by hand from the Cornell Movie Dialogues dataset. As for the neural network, I trained it to classify text into different sentence types. It would classify text as either information, question, command, conditional, general exchange, or persuasion. So with this neural network, persuasion would indicate a telemarketer or scammer because they would try and use persuasive language to convince the user to buy their product or give them money. I was able to train this classifier to 64.4% accuracy, which is significantly more accurate than I thought possible. This means it has about an 85 to 90% accuracy at differentiating between persuasion and not persuasion. Now, to get the speech for classification, it needs to engage in conversation with the caller. In addition, it needs to parse their speech and turn it into plain text. This is the basic flow of the program. First, a call comes in and it checks if the number's been whitelisted. And any number that has previously been verified is whitelisted, and then the user can also manually whitelist numbers. And the reason the program doesn't blacklist numbers is actually because telemarketers will spoof their number and pretend to be someone from your area code. And I don't want to accidentally blacklist a number from someone who actually might want to call you. So if the number's not whitelisted, then it greets the caller. It says something like, "Hi, this is Max. What can I do for you?" And it waits for a response. And this response would be in the form of audio. So this audio has to be put into a speech-to-text engine and turned into text. And then that text is put into the classifier, and now it has to decide to increment one of the counters based on the classification. If it was persuasion, you increment the telemarketer counter. Anything else, you increment the not telemarketer counter. Now it has to make a decision. Is one counter significantly bigger than the other? In this case, because this is the first iteration, no. So now it has to generate a response to what they said, and this response is in the form of text, and that's put into the text-to-speech engine, which now outputs audio. And this audio is put back into the phone, and it waits for a response from the caller. And then it comes back here and keeps looping until one counter is significantly larger. If the not telemarketer counter is larger, then it whitelists the number, and it forwards the call to the user so they can continue their conversation. If the telemarketer counter is larger, then it puts them in this loop, which is just an endless conversation with the program, and it keeps looping forever, or until the caller hangs up, whichever comes first. And this hopefully will deter the telemarketers by wasting their time. Right now I'm at the testing phase where I'll be conducting extensive tests of its accuracy and speed, and hopefully improve and update the different components of it. Currently I have a working prototype, and I expect by April I will have the full system all up and running. This includes a phone app that a user can easily install and sync with their contact list and get access to call recordings and transcripts. I plan to keep this project open source so that anybody can both contribute and use the project for themselves. Now I think this presentation really wouldn't be complete without a little demo of the project. So I'm going to play a recording of me calling the program and pretending to be a scammer.
Hi, this is Max Gordon. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm calling about some overdraft fees.
A supercomputer is a computer which operates at several orders of magnitude greater speed and capacity than everyday general-purpose computers, like the one you are talking to me on.
That's really great, but what about those overdraft fees?
The heart of the computer, to put it simply.
Okay,
So as you've obviously noticed, the voice
You
from the
are
program
crazy.
doesn't sound anything like a human and really wouldn't fool anyone. Right now I'm in the middle of implementing a more advanced text-to-speech system which should have a more human-like voice. So I have this one just for demonstration purposes. Anyways, as you can see, this project has a lot of potential to really strike back against telemarketers and scammers, and it would really protect the most vulnerable, the elderly and the technological illiterate. Well, I hope you found my project interesting. Thanks for watching.